Let's get started. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed finishing up Project 1. How did that go? I've started grading it.
Oh. When will it be graded?
Well, hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow.
Will it be posted before the weekend?
I hope so, yes.
Oh, no.
Well, I need to post it because grades are going to be due on the 17th. So I need everything, y'all need to turn everything in
Except the
soon.
midterm.
By the way, I'm not going to guarantee that any regrades of labs I'll get done before the midterm turn-in grade, but I'll eventually get to them. So, yeah, the other thing about that is 2 of your labs and the midterm are due on a Wednesday. So please get those in earlier, especially the midterm, because that's the thing that takes forever to grade. And then I have to do midterm grades on the 17th. If you look inside of a Blackboard, you'll see a midterm grade column. That's assuming a 0 for everything I have not assigned a grade to. So I think the highest possible grade now is a 30.1 or a 30, something like that. So yeah, if you're, upper 20s, you're doing great. Lower 20s, below that, well, you probably should think about other courses of action. Yeah. But anyways, Project 1. Y'all do okay? Great?
We'll see when we get through.
Okay. Well, now that you've had Project 1, you're all crying. Let's go talk about a programming competition that's happening on November. So So in November, we're going to have there's going to be the annual ACM regional competition. And the way this works, you familiar with this? No. Did you ever compete in these?
I was going to, but then I had to go out of town last year, so I wasn't able to.
Yeah. How many years have you been in college?
3.
3? Oh, okay, so yeah, you can do this. Great. So the programming competition, the way it works is the ACM holds worldwide regional competitions, and so our region is the Southeast United States, and so we're competing against all the other colleges in the Southeast United States. So that's everyone from South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and is it Alabama's closer, or no, Mississippi. I keep forgetting. I get those two confused. They're just mirrored. Whatever, geography. By the way, for some reason the U.S. doesn't teach geography very well, so the world in my mind is America, and then everything else is just not America.
I think that's the only way to see the world.
Yeah, that's the only way for some reason Americans see the world. I eventually learned, United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. You never learned that song?
What?
No.
Yes.
Really?
I think we need to pull that up.
No.
I
Yes.
need to hear this.
Do not.
Oh, it's a great song. We'll pull it up in a bit.
No, we won't.
That would have helped so much with World Civ.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's the countries of the world
Just
provided by Yakko Warner. Did y'all watch the Animaniacs?
Yes.
Yeah. He had the song where he sang all the countries of the world. It was beautiful.
What? I learned per continent the countries,
Yeah,
but not
so
like
did-
overall.
Oh no, the song is so much more fun. Okay, and all right. So this is happening on Saturday, November 9th. It starts at 1:30 and goes to 6:30. So the way this works is you have 10 problems, and you have 5 hours to solve 10 problems, and you're working in a group of 3. So even if you're not a strong coder, but you want to join, this is actually a good thing to attend, one for experience, but more importantly, usually the way this works with teams is since you have one computer for 3 people, you usually have either one solid coder or 2, and then another person who basically sits behind their shoulder and tells them, you forgot your semicolon, you forgot this, which is very important. As you've noticed watching me, when you correct something, how long would have taken for us to go back and try and find it? A while. So there's
you literally nothing because you're a machine.
What's that?
With you literally nothing because you're a machine.
Sure,
He's
whatever.
the machine.
I'm the machine? Uh-huh. Wow. So programming competitions, what are the problems like? Well, they're similar to what we've been doing in data structures. Maybe they range from some of the simpler labs we do all the way up to our project. And yeah, so the range is all in there. So if you enjoy doing these problems, I highly suggest you email me. I need to unfortunately know this today if you want to do this. sorry for the late notice, but I need to register as soon as possible. It's Saturday, November 9th. Now, they email me and tell me we need to show up at 8 a.m. I laugh at them. And- so I get there at probably 10:30 or 11 because the competition starts at 1:30. The practice is at 11, and the practice round is good. So from 11 to noon, you practice, and then they feed you lunch, and then we go and have a fun time. Well, then you go and program from 1:30 to 6:30, and I have to wait around, and this is, I get to, I don't know, watch you try and solve 10 problems in 5 hours. I don't know why they keep me around. It's not exactly a spectator sport. But it is a lot of fun. You get to compete against other schools. Luckily in our area, the College of Charleston is a location where we can compete. There's 4 sites. One is CFC. I guess we could go to Florida or Georgia or Florida again. But we can just drive down to College of Charleston so we don't have to do a long trip. This is November 9th, so this is before everything goes crazy with the finals and end of semester. It's plenty of time before Thanksgiving, so it does happen actually at a convenient time. I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, I'm out of time, so I now have to ask who's interested. Right now, you got 5 seconds. Now, I think we should ask Cameron, because he might be interested in this. Is that his name?
I can ask it.
You'd be interested as well? Maybe?
Maybe.
Would you as well? Okay, great. Thank you. I was about ready to ask a very sexist question. I've never been able to convince a female to join. Do you know why that is?
No.
No, I've never been able to get it.
I don't like coding under a time constraint.
That's usually the answer they give me.
I like knowing I have time, so that's why, like, for our scripting thing last night, I did the whole project before I started the test, because the project was due at the end of the test. So instead of constraining it to 3 hours, I had all the time.
Yeah, you get 5 hours.
That's not enough time.
Glad to be the first.
Story of my life.
I
Alright.
type slow.
That's only 30 minutes per question, though. That's not bad.
That's
Well,
true,
what are
30
the
minutes per question.
questions?
Remember, you have 3 people. So usually you have 2 people doing the question, so it's really an hour. And then you have a third guy who's trying to help out, yes?
Plus also, can't you have like books? Like
Oh
a
yeah,
book?
so what you have access to, forgot about that. You do not have internet access. They do give you a machine with an IDE, and you're allowed to bring anything that fits, anything non-electronic, has to be printed, that fits, I think it was an 8 by 12 by 2 inch box. So you can bring a book, or you can bring printouts of code if you want to.
So you can't bring like an e-tablet.
No.
'Cause
And
that
when you
would
get a
solve
problem
the-
right, they hand you a balloon.
Really?
Yes. You get a balloon. Yeah, so you get balloons. Are you now interested? Yeah, I mean, you get balloons, right?
For some reason, I'm thinking of it.
Of it?
That
Oh.
would be like, you're,
Wow.
you're just like, I got balloons.
See, if only we could fit a
That'd be great for
whiteboard
Halloween.
into that small amount of space, like an expandable
You're
one.
given plenty of paper to write on. You are allowed to also print whatever you would like, and they'll bring it to you. What service?
Free printing. That might just be a reason to go to start printing everything out that you need for school.
Wait a minute. But you're not allowed to bring anything electronic, and you don't have
You're
internet
cracked the
access, so
code.
how would you get to it?
USB.
No, you're not allowed to bring anything electronic.
Oh, that counts.
Yes.
Email.
You don't have internet access,
Darn, I didn't.
and they take your cell phones.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's, yeah. If you go and you bring your cell phone, I will hold on to it for you.
For 5 hours.
It is hilarious because I start getting calls, and after a while, if I get too many, I start answering them. Just so you know, which is always a great conversation.
Just to be sure, you're trying to incentivize us to, do the competition, not.
How am I failing?
He's gonna get rid of all the random callers that you get.
Right. Yeah.
Word parents.
Spam them.
Yeah, that's fine. I
Your
don't need
parents
to
go,
talk to them.
"Hello?"
All the people that spam call me, spam call them back.
Yeah. Okay.
There
Sure.
we go. That's an idea.
Telemarketers. Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. I mean, I got 5 hours.
Yeah, take off my telemarketing.
So, first off, please email me if you're interested in going. We do have to form teams of 3. I have to put it, because I have to figure out how many teams we're sending. That's why I need the head count right now. The team composition, we can figure it out later. Also, if you're telling me you're going, you better show up. Otherwise, Dr. Sessions will hound you down until you pay her $50. Or 60, I forgot which number it is. So please email me, not that I'm trying to unincentivize you. Email me today if you're interested, and I'll see if I can, yeah. We'll see what happens. Any other questions about this? It's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. Oh, yes, another thing. The questions you attempt to solve on the competition are going to be very similar to if you apply to a big name company like Google or Microsoft or Intel. They use questions similar to what's provided here, except they ask you to do it on a whiteboard in front of them. So it's actually a great experience for interviews if you want to go that route, or that's another reason to attend. Okay. Oh yes, and if you do win, you get to go to the World's Final. I forgot where that's being held, but I can look that up. All right. So that's that. And what was next? Oh yeah, Project 1. So Project 1, how's y'all ready for Project 2?
No.
No?
But I know it's coming regardless.
So how's this course coming so far?
Better than last time.
Better than last time.
I feel like this is like 4 courses in one.
4 courses in one.
Much more difficult than all my other classes.
Much more difficult.
Combined.
Difficult, all right. All right.
Well, it's
still-
difficult and time consuming.
It is time consuming, I agree with that. But difficult.
I don't think anything will, well, nothing in this course yet has been as brain bending as Calc 2 was for me.
Well, I haven't taken that yet, so that explains it.
You know, I understand laughing at someone, but laughing and pointing? Just stick to one, okay?
No, she is yet a sweet summer child. She does she has no knowledge of what Calc can do to her.
Oh, I know. I just choose to ignore it.
The many sleepless nights. Soul-rending, unending math.
So, a quick curiosity question, because I'd like to ask this. How many of y'all went to public school for high school? Oh, wow. So we only have, you did too?
Yeah.
So it looks like only 2 did not go to public? Did you go to private or were you homeschooled?
Private.
Both were private, so no homeschoolers? All right, so one thing I've learned is that the public school students are at a definite disadvantage in this course because public school, and I'm not trying to rail on public school, there's a lot of things good they do, but they seem to teach students this idea that everything's going to be handed to them in a sequence of events and they just need to follow the sequence of events to get something done, which is absurd. And hopefully you've noticed in this course that does not work whatsoever. So if you are struggling at least somewhat and you have this mentality of you're expecting me to give you the sequence of events, hopefully you can tell by now that's not going to happen. You have to the idea is different. The idea is I'm giving you your tools you need to solve a problem. Go figure out how you can fix this problem with the tools that you're given. It's a different way to think, and it's actually a better way to think because you're solving problems. But that's one thing I wanted to mention because unfortunately it is a common problem with public schools. Sorry guys, I didn't make you go to public school. I guess. It's just the way it is. Some of y'all didn't have to, but probably most of y'all did. Oh well, I went to public school, so I had to fight this as well when I went to college. And let's see, anything else I need to tell? But no one's here homeschooled. Homeschoolers actually have the easiest time in this course. It's hilarious to me. You don't think of it, but it's because with homeschoolers, eventually the parent is just too tired to teach, so they have to self-learn, and that ability to self-teach themselves is the most important skill in this course. Not because I'm lazy. Well, no, I take that back. I am lazy, but that's not the point. the point is you have to develop the skill of how to solve of problem solving and basically
A lot of
critical
my
problem
high
solving.
school teachers were incompetent, so that's what I have to do anyway.
Oh, well, then that helped you a lot.
Yeah.
So that you're good there.
I
So wait, the
I
incompetence
struggled
helped
pretty
you.
much my entire life, so
Oh,
I'm used to it.
with me, it was different. It's like I never had to try.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I just sometimes teach my teachers because they were confused.
Right, now, yeah, and I just learned not to care because everyone else was just gonna copy the answers off of me. So, right, so, I mean, you don't try, you get an A. Why do I need to try, right? Exactly. I'll just go in and answer your questions and, yeah, that's how it was, so. Hopefully that helps you at least, why I've been, when you come to me and you're like, why don't you just fix my code? I look at you and ask for your test cases. That's why. It's me just trying to help you not get out of this mentality of everything being spoon fed to you. Any questions about that? Great. So, what's next? Oh yeah, the exam. So, the midterm, I've written most of it. It will be in 2 parts. On Thursday, I should open it up. Keep in mind that if you take it online, which is perfectly fine, you may take it online. If you do take it online, you need to finish both sections by the end of October 16th, or it will be a 0 inside of on Blackboard, and that'll be your midterm grade. That's just a hard deadline. That's just how I have to do it. The midterm or Blackboard should be up soon. And then your HackerRank, you're going to receive an email. If you don't receive a HackerRank email, let's see, by the end of Thursday, email me. Because for some reason, some students, they can't find it. Do check your spam folder. There should be an email link for you to go ahead and start the HackerRank section. It's fairly straightforward. I mean, we went over HackerRank before, but just logistically speaking, it'll be available Thursday. That way, if you wanted to complete it, your test or your midterm over fall break, you can go ahead and knock that out, but I don't expect you to. I just want to make sure you all realize you have nearly a week to complete this thing, 5 or 6 days. All right.
And that'll be sent to our CSU emails.
Yes.